Hey,
What is up?
nothing much. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? So, what's life looking like right now? What are you up to?
I'm up in Boston, in Massachusetts,
Yeah,
actually. Yeah, so my boyfriend, he was the grade older than me, and yeah, he moved down here last year, so finally came down in September.
sweet.
I work as like an after school teacher. They get out of school really early here. They get out of school at like 2. So I start work at a nice time. Yeah, it's not bad. I start work at like 11 and then start work with the kids at 2 and then I work until like 6, 6:30-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the only thing though is the commute is a bit. I take the bus. I didn't bring my car up here.
Yeah.
So it's like an hour away. So
Oh.
so that's why I was like, oh, I don't get home usually until like I'd say 7:30, but I was like, I'll give myself a buffer until like 8.
So, how long have you been up there?
Been here since September 1st, so a little over a
Okay.
month
So, you haven't picked
now.
up on the accent yet.
No, I haven't. They actually tell me continuously that I have a Southern accent, and I'm like, I'm from like Central Virginia. It's not that
Yeah.
bad.
What age group do you work with mostly?
Middle schoolers, so like
Oh,
seventh,
bless your heart.
eighth grade. Yeah, they told me before I started, they're like, it takes a special person to work with middle schoolers. Coming to learn that's very true.
Because they're kids. They're kids, basically, but they think they know a lot and they want to
Hmm.
act grown. That's the worst because they're not like, at least high school, it's like, yeah, you're kind of grown, kind of, right? Especially if
Yeah.
it's like juniors, seniors. Kids, they're just kids. So they got the innocence of like kids. Middle schoolers are like, they're little shits.
Yeah, and now they're like, yeah, they're mean. Like they'll say anything, which like kids always do, but they actually know how to say mean things. Like,
Yeah.
but I mean the good ones are great. Like they're so sweet, but sometimes yeah, there's some here and there that are rough, but
All right. So going away from that, and let's talk a little bit more about the program. I remember your mom reached out to me. Um, Me and your mom go way back. I think I started training mom. I started thinking about it back in like 2016 or something like that. So we have a good relationship. And she said, "Oh, I think my daughter may want to talk to you about something. So talk to me about that whole process. Talk to me about what was going on, why you sought out someone to help you with nutrition coaching. Fill me in."
so I had a not great relationship with food. My first coach, literally first meetings together, she's like, your first step would probably be quicker if you were a few pounds lighter. And I was like, oh,
Oh
okay.
my goodness.
That just created a horrible relationship with food. I also, my mother, bless her heart, she cooks for us for everything, so I'd never been taught how to cook, really. And
Tracy's awesome.
she just, it's easier just to make it all for 5 kids than be teaching them, which is
Yeah.
fair enough. But I went in my freshman year of college, I didn't have a meal plan because athletes lived in like athlete dorms,
Yeah.
and we were really far away from central campus
Yeah.
and we had like a suite style living. So I had my own kitchen and everything. So I just didn't get a meal plan. So I was like freshman year, 18, freshly out of the house, like having to cook fully by myself. So I was living off of like buttered noodles and everything. I
As
was,
most freshmen do.
yeah, and I was just so scared to like cook like both intricate things, but also like simple things. Like I didn't like cooking meat because I was so scared, like just a lot
Like,
of things
yeah, am I gonna
like
kick it all the
that.
way? Am I gonna kill myself? Salmonella? Like,
Yeah, I know. And then so yeah, I would always call my mom about it. And I think one time she was just like, "What if we like figure out a way to like teach you it like not only like the teaching." She was like, "I'll teach you how to cook, but like giving you ideas." Because I was like, I never know what to do. Like,
yeah,
and I don't like I read things online, but I'm like, I don't know what's fake, what's false
yeah,
information, and what's like actually good for me, but also what's good for me personally as being like a college athlete, I think was the biggest thing because there's already not a lot of good information about diets and stuff like that. And then also on top of that for a college athlete, I think. Um, and stuff. And we had like nutrition meetings at my first school at VCU, but they were
they're never
not
helpful.
excellent.
It's all like general, like stuff that goes in one ear and out the other. We had it too, like, and this is all the way back when I was in school, like ages ago. We had like someone talk to us about nutrition, but it wasn't anything real. It was just like all the generic stuff. It's like if you
Yeah,
Google like, hey, what should I eat? It's like, oh, eat grains, whole grains, and fruits, and it's
that's
like,
literally what it was.
what's like the practical aspect of living? And can I have this? Can I have this? Is this a no-no? Can I like? So I totally feel you 100% on that, and it makes it tough too because one thing that you said that I hear all the time, you would think that information, since we live in the age of information, that's easy to get. But since there's so much, it's hard because, yeah, things it's easy to get, but now we have to filter out because there's so much BS mixed
Mm-hmm.
in. And right now, if you go online looking for nutrition advice, if you just type in nutrition advice, I guarantee you, if you're looking at like 10 different responses to your search, at least eight of them are going to be on losing weight, just on
Yeah.
losing weight, not about fueling a performance athlete, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel you 100% on that. All right. So in comes me. I infiltrate your life for like at least 3 months. Like, what were you thinking? What were your like initial thoughts?
I think I was so pumped to have like the support going in because I also think that was still like the point in my before the soccer season where I was like just super ready to go and get after it and was like very hopeful and
Yeah.
yeah, and just thinking that like I also had another person just there helping and guiding me. I think I was really excited.
That's good. And you know what? I saw that because you dove in and you did so good. Like, trust me, sometimes with my athletes, it's like pulling teeth to get them to, hit me back with the messages. Oh, sorry, coach, I was busy. I'm like, dude, you liked like three things of mine on social. I know you could have
Yeah.
responded, but sometimes it's hard to get them to log their food, or sometimes it's hard to get them to be, oh, how about this? Honest with their check-ins and with what they eat off plan, right? And that's one
Mm-hmm.
of the things that we did right away. Well, that's one of the things that I try to remind my athletes right away. And I think I told you right away, I'm not gonna like come down to your school and kill you if you eat something off your plan, right? I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be mad. I just want you to, communicate and log things so we all have a good view of what's going on. So if we need to change something, we could change something. And you did a good job right off the bat. Now, we talked about how you felt like initially as it was starting. As we got through week one, week two, week three, how did you feel? Did you feel good? Did you feel bad? Did you feel like it was too hard?
No, I think it felt like a lot at first of like I had never made stuff with so many ingredients. Like such variety, but it also like I mean it got to the point where my little one time I made I can't remember, I was like that coconut milk to like chicken thigh recipe. I can't remember what it was called, but it was
Yeah.
so good. And I made a like double batch of it, came back upstairs after doing something for like 2 minutes, and my brother had eaten like three servings, and I got so mad. I was like, I've been cooking for an hour and a half, and you just ate
You
three of
ate
my
all of my
meals.
work.
Yeah, no, but he was like, this is so good. And I was like, okay. I at least it was worth it. But
Yeah.
yeah, like no, they were like wanting me to cook for them and I was like, I can't cook for myself and cook for you guys all at the same time. So that was funny. I got used to it as I went and I mean still use some of the stuff that like I learned throughout it now.
That is awesome. One of the things that I really hope in the programs, not only that you get like directed on like what to eat in the time being, is that you kind of like learn along the process, not only like how to make foods or how to make recipes, but you learn like portion sizes and you learn like if I eat this way at the end of the day, since I logged everything, this is what 2,000 calorie day looks like, or this is what a night, like you start to like understand just by like knowing what you ate because you've put in so many reps. It's like anything else, right? Like soccer skills or weight room or anything like that. You put in the reps, you start to become second nature. All right, now you did say you were doing well, and I know you were doing well. You were hitting so many, we have like those awards for like consecutive days logged food and consecutive days hitting your goal. You hit so many of them in the program. But tell me one thing that was difficult, if or maybe it wasn't difficult, but the most challenging aspect of the program for you.
I think as I went on, and it had, like, it actually had nothing to do with the program, but as I went on, like I kind of described, I had a falling out with my sport and therefore was like less motivated to
Yeah.
contribute time to something that was like a big factor of why I was wanting to
Of
do the
why you
nutrition
did
thing
it in the
at the
first
beginning.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's tough. That's tough. I hear you for that. Motivation is such a weird, interesting thing. And that's basically what my job is. Like in a nutshell, if you like boil down my job to like its essence, no matter who I'm working with it, whether it's this athlete or this like adult that's like trying to lose weight, or this person who's working on like their mental fitness, it's about motivation, finding out what motivates people, what makes people tick, and trying to use that to help them get to whatever goal that they have. Next question for you. In terms of results, sometimes it's hard to say objectively, like, this is exactly what I pulled from this program, A, B, and C. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you could say, I wanted to change my body composition and I did this. But that's just like one little factor. And I try to steer people away from that sometimes because sometimes it's about feeling better, better energy, things of that nature. So the question is, in terms of results that you got from the program, could you be able to list some? Tell me about that.
Yeah. I'd say I felt so much better running. Like we do this one drill from the end line to 18, you jog. From 18 to half field, you sprint. Half
Yeah,
field to the next 18, you jog.
dog,
18, sprint. You keep
finish with
back
a
and
sprint.
forth and you do it
Yeah,
for time. And the
yeah.
first time I ever did it, I was not good. And that was like the first year and it continued to build. But I remember we did it for the first time my senior year, like a week into being there after doing all this stuff. And
Yeah,
like,
flying.
I was in a very good position, whereas normally, like before, like I'm not that fast or inherently. I would be like back of the pack, and this time I was like leading in the like middle area, like high middle. And I
Yeah,
remember like looking around, being like, and I wasn't like, I don't know, I just wasn't as tired. Like I felt way better, and I noticed that in like a lot of things too. So I definitely did feel it athletically.
good. Isn't that an awesome feeling?
Hmm.
It kind of shocks you at first. You're like, yo, what is
Yeah.
going on? That's an awesome feeling. Like one of the things I tell people is when it comes to energy, there's so many different ways that you can draw extra energy. So I call it almost like cheat codes, right? First and foremost is getting sleep. Second on the list after getting sleep is like nutrition. So you're putting some like good fuel in your body. You're gonna have some good energy to burn. Always compare it to like going to the gas station, those like high end cars. You can't put regular gas in it. Yeah,
Hmm.
or it's not gonna work, right? So if you want to run like a Ferrari, you gotta put that like high premium gas in it. And is it gonna cost more? Like, is it gonna cost more time sometimes? Yeah. Is it gonna cost more effort or you being more conscious? Yes. But in the end, it's gonna pay off. That's good to
Hmm.
know. I'm happy to hear that. Now, in terms of how you felt after the program, would you say there was a difference between how you felt during or how you felt in the beginning and then how you felt after? Did that motivate you in any way, or did that make you feel like, all right, some of these things I'm gonna keep doing? Talk to me about like that process when we finished the program.
Yeah, I think right after I had a bit of a slump of like just senioritis to an extent of like I'm
Yeah,
done with college sports and I had like an area of also just trying to figure out how to like work out and eat post collegiate competing.
yeah,
But I'd say after like a few months of that, I got back into it and especially like recently, I've been appreciating some of the stuff I learned from it now in my life now. Just
yeah,
like, I mean, I still work out, and I remember the other day I did this workout with my friend, and the first mile I ran it at like a 7:50 or something like that. And I was like, that was so close to the mile I ran it for our training or whatever. And I was
yeah.
like, wait, I'm like not that bad.
Now you gotta aim for 45. Now you gotta aim for
Yeah.
7:45. All right.
I know, but I was like, it's not like I'm running the B test. I don't know like exactly where I was compared to college. And I was like, actually,
Yeah,
it's not that horrible. But
that's
yeah, no, I
awesome.
mean, I definitely use it daily and appreciative of it, I think, a lot more now than I was directly after it
Yeah.
all.
You know what? That's awesome. What's cool about this program is even me, when I put myself on the program, I already knew the programs work because I've seen so many people benefit from them. But for me, it was like night and day. Body composition changed. I felt so good, energetic. My knee that had 3 ACL surgeries on and wasn't as sore. I felt good. I got faster during that time period. I'm like, this is awesome. And some of those recipes I still put in rotation even
Hmm.
today. Some of them are easy to do, they're nutritious, especially if it's nutritious, easy, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
That's the best. Like you can't beat that, right? It was good catching up with you.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and I'll
Of
reach out
course.
definitely.
Of course, of course. Whatever I can do to help. I will talk to you soon, all right?
Hey, thank you so much.
Of course. See you,
Yeah.
Savannah.
Bye.